Hi guys, I'm Dada.
I'm Dad, and we are.
Dad and Dada Formula One duo.
All right, so this weekend was the.
Hungarian Grand Prix.
Okay, so do you want to do a little bit of a recap really quick? Tell us who won.
Oscar won.
That's a good recap. I like that recap. Okay, so in the race, during the Grand Prix, let's talk a little bit about kind of how this whole situation happened. So Lando actually started in P1, and then Oscar was in P2, Max was in P3, and then at the start of the race, do you kind of remember what happened? How they kind of fought a little bit?
Who fought again?
Well, the three of them fought at the beginning.
Oh yeah. Oscar, Lando and Max fought in the beginning for first place.
Yeah.
And
That's it. Okay. So Lando had originally started in P1, right? And when he started, he didn't have that good of a start. And then Oscar was able to get in front of him. Max went wide, like super wide off the track, and then came back onto the track in front of Lando. And his engineer, Max's engineer, came on the radio and started telling him, hey, like, they might give you a penalty. It might be better if you just give him back the position, and that way we don't get a penalty. So Max ended up giving back the position. So the whole time they kind of fought with each other and things like that. But then, do you remember then what happened? Because at one point, Oscar wasn't in the lead. Do you know who was in the lead?
Lando Norris.
Okay, so Lando was in the lead. And what happened?
So the team told Lando to let Oscar win because that would have been his first win.
Yeah, right. And Oscar had been in front for a good while, right, of the Grand Prix. Lando had been in second, but then they pit.
This was Oscar's first win in F1.
So he had won a sprint race a while back, but he had never won a Grand Prix. So this is a big deal for him, right? I mean, imagine as a kid, you dream of this, right? I mean, that would be really cool to win a Grand Prix, right? So the team asked Lando, hey, can you move out of the way, give the position back to Oscar? And did Lando do that right away?
No.
He did not. And there was a little bit of discussion, right, in terms between the engineer and Lando, that he kept telling him, hey, give the position back, slow down, watch your tires. Here comes Oscar. But then do you remember how far ahead Lando was at one point?
6 seconds.
He was ahead 6 full seconds. So when the engineers, right, when the team is telling the driver, hey, give the position back to your teammate, do you remember what those are called? Team
orders.
They're called team orders, right? So when the team is telling you, hey, give the position back to your teammate, for whatever the reason. And it's kind of weird that they would want to give Oscar, aside from Oscar winning the very first time, right, in the Grand Prix, because Lando's actually higher in the championship. He's got more points. He's really close to Max. He's only like 60 some odd points away from Max now. Can you believe that? Yeah. Okay, so who got third place?
Say Lando. Lewis.
Lewis got third. Charles got fourth. And then who got fifth?
This is unbelievable, y'all. This is unbelievable. Max Verstappen.
Max ended up getting fifth. So do you remember towards the end what happened between Max and Lewis?
Oh, they fought.
They fought. And then do you remember kind of what happened with the two cars towards the end? And Max got in front of Lewis. And what happened?
Oh my God, I don't remember.
So Max got in front of Lewis, and he was trying to brake really late to get in front of Lewis. He kind of dive bombed him. Remember that we talked about dive bomb last time?
Oh yeah.
Right? So he kind of tried doing that, and he ended up getting in front of Lewis, and Lewis went and hit him, and Max's car flew through the air. Right? It was crazy. But then you know what happened? This is a really crazy thing. So then the FIA, right, who are like the people who monitor the race, and they're the ones who give out the penalties, the stewards. So they decided to look at that incident and see what happened, and they did nothing. They said, no, don't worry about it. Max wasn't at fault. It was perfectly fine. It was just a racing incident. Oh, well.
Excuse me?
Yeah, exactly. Because when that happened between Carlos and Oscar Piastri in Miami, guess what happened to Carlos?
He got a penalty.
He totally got a penalty. He got a 5-second penalty for doing exactly the same thing. So it's kind of crazy that they did nothing at this time, right? So it was really, I really liked the race. What did you think?
I thought it was a little crazy.
It was a little crazy, right? There was a lot of radio chatter between engineers and drivers. Max was not happy the entire race, kept like yelling and screaming, and he would get upset. Daniel Ricciardo got upset too with his engineers because of the race strategy, because they pitted him 2 times before Yuki once. I mean, it got a little crazy, and then it got a little heated and really awkward between Lando and his engineer. It got awkward, didn't it? It did. Like if somebody kept telling me like, "Hey, move out of the way, move out of the way, move out of the way," I think I would feel a little bit awkward.
Like,
Yeah, I know, right? I would probably make that face too. And imagine he was probably having to think about all these things and kept getting told these things, and they're driving like 300 kilometers an hour, like super fast.
that's fast.
It's really fast, right? Okay. At the end, it was a pretty cool race. It was fun. Lando gave back the position to Oscar. Oscar got his first win. Lando's a good guy.
Yes, good for him.
I would say he's a good guy. It's sad that he didn't get his second win, but
Well, right, but I felt like that was for a good reason, because that's what they needed to beat Max.
that's true, right? And they're teammates at the end of the day, right? And they're representing McLaren like we are today, right? So they represent McLaren, and they should be having a good friendship, right? A good relationship with each other and with their engineers, I think.
Oh, yeah.
Right? They should be friends. It's all about friendship.
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. Awesome. All right. Anything else before we end for today? Did Lando break any trophies this time?
No, sadly.
Sadly, he didn't. All right. So before we say goodbye, next week there is a race also. Or this week, actually, there's a race. It is in Belgium, in Spa. It's got this really awesome hill. It's like a roller coaster.
I want to make that. Imagine that was a roller coaster. That would be so scary.
It would be scary, right? All right. So before we say goodbye to all our subscribers, anything you want to say?
Don't forget to like, subscribe, and speed to those notifications. It looks weird because it's in a box now.
It is in a box. No, don't take it out, though.
And I'm putting it back.
Yeah, okay. All right. Bye, everyone. Thanks for watching.